Hello guys, what's going on? Today we're gonna try to continue our mill decks sort of thing that I built last time. Yeah, and I've got some new cards. I'm done with the beta, so I think I'll just use creatures in this deck. Yeah, and I haven't sleeved it up yet, so there's that. Yeah. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 35 lands there. Yeah. And my commander is this dude. He's the Mind Skinner. And it's basically just a commander that converts my damage to mill effects. But if I do damage to one player, then all my opponent's mill cards. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of fascinating to me that the thought of my opponent's milling cards instead of getting damage. So, yeah. And we've gotten some cards that I want to add probably in here. It's the Perilous Research. It's an instant, and I draw 2 cards, then sacrifice a permanent. Yeah, so. Hi, Jay. What's going on, dude? So I do have to sacrifice a permanent, though. So that's probably a bummer, but there you go. And we got this. It's reveal the top 5 cards of your library, and opponent separates those cards into 2 piles. Put one pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. My nails. I don't think there's nothing wrong with my nails, man. But that nail is fine. I chew my nails sometimes. I'm sorry about that. It's Magic the Gathering, man. So yeah. Yeah, thanks. It's the look I'm going for, man. So yeah. I'm starring in the next season of Rings of Power, so I guess that's it. Uh, so yeah, separates into 2 piles and put one pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. So that's basically a really fun effect, and I get to choose which pile. So target player draws 2 cards. Pretty simple. Yeah. It costs 4 though. It's inspiration. Yeah. And I bought this at the store. It only cost me 10 kroner. That's pretty amazing right there. And target player mills X cards where X is number of cards in that player's graveyard. So that fits really well with my commander here, because, well, they're going to be milling cards anyway. And yeah. So that's pretty awesome. And another creature, which has the effect that it can be blocked, and I need that for this deck, so. A bit expensive, of course, but there we go. And we also have a land here, which I found. This only costs 10 kroner as well, so that's awesome. And look at the top card of your library. If it's an instant or sorcery card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. Activate only if you have exactly 0 or 7 cards in hand. So yeah, so I have to have 7 cards in hand or 0. So there's that. Yeah. Okay, so let's start off here. We're gonna, as usual, find cards that we deem not too good and replace them with the cards I just mentioned. So that's pretty good. Enchant creature gets +2/+0 and is unblockable. So that's cool. I'm gonna put it in my maybe pile though, because many of my creatures are unblockable in this deck, so I probably won't need it anyway, but we'll see. I'll remove the lands here. Have no need for those, I guess. And today's stream is sponsored by Urge. Yeah, it's not sponsored, but yeah, that's what I'm drinking anyway. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Okay, we have another card here, which is an enchantment aura. So it's got flash. You can cast it instantly. And it enchants a creature. When Fee Flight enters the battlefield, enchant creature gains hexproof until end of turn. Enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has flying. So pretty good. I'm gonna put that in my maybe pile as well. Maybe I'll just have another creature instead of this aura. I don't know. A quick creature can't be blocked except by walls, and no player I know play with walls anymore, so this is pretty awesome. So if my opponents don't have walls, then my creature is unblockable. Yeah. Thought Monitor, affinity for artifacts. That's also pretty good because I get to cast this out there, and it's cheaper for how many artifacts I have. So, and I get to draw 2 cards when it enters the battlefield. Another creature, as it were, Phantom Warrior, and it's unblockable. So pretty awesome. Bouncing Beebles is unblockable if defending player controls an artifact. So if my defending player controls an artifact, then it's unblockable. And it's a 2/2, so that's not too bad. Flying, when Kingfisher is put into the graveyard from play, draw a card. Yeah. I love the artwork on these, as mentioned. It's awesome. Another fun artwork bird is Vexingull. Yeah. And he's got flash, so I can cast him instantly, and he's got flying. That's the other dude. So this guy has hexproof as long as he's not blocking or attacking. So yeah. And all creatures my opponents control need to block him. If not, then he's unblockable. So. And we got this, flying whenever you cast a spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand, which is also quite cool. Yeah. This guy has ward, so people need to pay 2 more for their spells on this guy. And I get to put target card from my graveyard on the bottom of my owner, on my library. Another unblockable creature, Covert Operative, he's unblockable as well. So, yeah. And since I got a lot of flying creatures in this deck, creature spells with flying you cast cost 1 less to cast. So that's nice to have. Means my flying creatures, such as this one, become 1 cheaper. Burnished Heart. I'm gonna put this guy in my maybe pile because I don't think I have much need for him since this is a monocolored deck and I have no problem with land acquisition as it is. So, yeah. Gonna separate these. There we go. So 3 cards in my maybe pile now. That's good. Scrap Diver Serpent is unblockable as long as the defending player controls an artifact. Really good. And we got this card. It lets me just control a creature for how many lands I have. So if I have 7 lands, then I can control a creature with converted mana cost 7. Yeah. So that's also pretty good. We got this Affinity for Islands. Whoops. So he's less expensive for how many islands I have. Not artifacts, but islands. Pretty good. Sphinx of the Second Sun. We did find out that this guy got a lot of complicated text, but it just basically means that I draw 2 cards instead of 1. Yeah. When Whirlpool Rider comes into play, shuffle the cards from your hand into your library, then draw that many cards. Nice to have, in case my hand is stinky. And then we have equipment, which is meant for my commander. So my commander gets +4, -1. But as you can see, he's only got 1 life, so I need to equip another artifact as well to make that work. A nice counter. And I will have a bit of artifacts in place, so he has to pay. Yeah. And this is basically just a pacifier, so I can move it around and stuff. Yeah. Pretty cool. Counterspell. The classic counterspell. It's a pretty old card, but it's pretty bread and butter for Magic the Gathering. Blue. Millstone, since this is a mill deck, this needs to be in here. Target player puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Look at the top 5 cards of your library, put any number of them into your graveyard, and the rest on the top of your library in any order. I guess that's okay. Each card you exile from your graveyard while casting the spell pays for 1, so I can exile 7 if I want and just pay 1. Draw 3 cards. And then we have this again. This keeps showing up. I think it's a cool card, but I don't see much use for it. It's a sorcery, and I'm just delaying the inevitable anyway, so this is going in my maybe pile. I think I can find something better to have there. Counter target spell, and its caster pays an additional 3. That's cool. It's a counter. It's an artifact, Staff Mind Magus. It's a nice way for me to get in some extra life while I play. So it's a nice way to live longer. And that will be necessary since, well, I will have people attacking me from left and right, I guess. Return all permanents of the color of your choice to your owner's hands. Pretty cool. It's wash out, baby. Yeah. C double. So this spell can't be countered. And choose one. If an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, you may choose both. And that's cool. And copy target spell. You may choose new targets with a copy or create a token that's a copy of target creature. Both are pretty cool. And we have another artifact, Sacrifice Brainstone. Draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. Nice to have. Choose target creature you control. Each other creature becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn, except it isn't a legendary. So that's basically a finisher right there. If I have a lot of creatures or 5 creatures, I just play this, and all my other creatures become this. And then I attack, and that's a win. Yeah. So, and it also says that if the creature until the turn, except it isn't legendary. So that means the legend rule doesn't apply. And the legend rule basically means that you can only have 1 legendary of each type or each card in play at any one time. As long as Static Orb is untapped, players can't untap more than 2 permanents during their untap steps. But I really just need to untap my commander for this deck to work. I don't need to tap anything else because this commander is unblockable. I'm gonna put this in my maybe pile. I have a lot of creatures here that are unblockable, so, or maybe I don't. I'm just gonna leave it in there. Propaganda, basic defensive measure there. So each opponent has to pay 2 for each creature they choose to attack with. This is cool. I've been waiting to put this in a deck, and now I have the chance to do that. It's Treasure Trove, and I draw a card for each 4 I pay. Lich's Mirror. If you would lose the game, instead shuffle your hand, your graveyard, and all permanents you own into your library, then draw 7 cards, and your total life becomes 20. It's an old card. The total life is now 40, of course, but if I draw a lot of cards, I can now skip my discard phase, which is cool. Another equipment, which is pretty good. If I equip this on my commander, he gains hexproof, basically. Yeah, he already has unblockable now. So. Convolute. Con to target spell unless its controller pays 4, which is also pretty good. When the Sentinel Totem enters the battlefield, scry 1. Okay. Oh yeah, and here I get to exile all cards from all graveyards, which is also quite cool. It's a way for me to gain some extra mana if I need it. So all lands produce an additional, yeah. Unattached Binding Powder. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to this creature this turn, which is also quite cool. I equip it to my commander, unattach it, it gets no damage. When Disturbing Conversion enters the battlefield, each player mills 2 cards. Okay, Enchanted creature gets X minus 0, where X is the number of cards in the control's graveyard. So I can basically just make a creature useless. Which is nice. Counter target non-creature spell. Pretty cool. Thought Scour, what's that? It's target player mills 2 cards, draw a card. Yeah. Counter target spell unless control pays X, where X is your devotion to blue. Also quite cool. If this is a mono blue deck, then it's that much more powerful. Return target creature to its owner's hand unless controller pays 1. So that's also a nice defensive measure there. Erratic Portal. Pretty good. Smokestack. During your upkeep, you may put a suit counter on Smokestack. During each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a permanent for each suit counter on Smokestack. So, yeah. Lots of annoying stuff in here. That's good. Affinity for artifacts. So this is basically almost free if I have 4 artifacts. Draw 2 cards. Vivisection. As an additional cost to cost Vivisection, sacrifice a creature, draw 3 cards. There aren't many creatures in this deck, so I'll probably just throw this away, I guess. Maybe. Or I can just have it in there. And then we have this Midnight Clock. I'm not too sure about it, but it's a mana stone as well, so I can use it as a mana. So that's also quite cool. Put an hour counter on Midnight Clock at the beginning of each upkeep. Put an hour counter on Midnight Clock. Yeah. When the 12th hour counter. Hey Marty. Nothing much, man. Just doing my regular Magic the Gathering stuff as usual. You know me. Yeah. So I get to shuffle my hand, shuffle your hand and graveyard into your library, then draw 7 cards. So I got to restart the game basically. Yeah. Pretty cool. Buyback. It's got buyback, and I can just scry 3. And if I pick 2 more, then I can put it in my hand instead of the graveyard. So it's a pretty good, cool card. And scry basically means look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put any number of them on the bottom of your library and the rest on the top in any order. Approaching the end here. Counter target spell, and that's its controller pays 6. Pretty cool. Nice counter there. Choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. So I can draw 3 cards. I can return 3 target creature to their owner's hand, so I can counter target spell unless its controller pays 9. Yeah. Draw 2 cards. Pretty basic, man, but it's very efficient. Draw a card for each attacking creature. Another way to draw cards and gain cards. Draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. Draw 2 cards, yeah. Scatter Arc. Counter target non-creature spell. Draw a card. Yeah. A quick creature gets +3/+1, and it must be blocked by Eldrazi if able. Yeah. So that's the whole deck, man. That's the whole thing, actually. I have a little bit. I'm a little bit low on equipment, probably. That's probably the thing I'm reacting to first here. But other than that, it seems pretty cool. So if we're looking at our maybe pile here, put target creature on top of its owner's library. That's good. That's going. Many creatures in my deck have unblockable, so, but it does get +2 though, so I guess that's pretty good. I have no need for this, and I have no need for this, so that's at least 3 cards there going. But I am considering keeping this though. I'm not too sure. My commander is unblockable already, so. This is easy to add in there. I'll just exchange one of my lands, so that will be 34 basic lands in this, so that's easy. This is quite cool. It's a creature. So I think I'll add that. Or maybe I don't. It doesn't matter. He doesn't have flying. I thought he had flying, but he doesn't. But he can't be blocked anyway, so. Yeah. This card is quite fun. So I'll add that. I also need to add this in there. So this is cool. This is cool. And I got this as well, but I already have a sacrifice thing in here, so I won't add this, I think. But this is also quite awesome. So 1, 2, 3, 4 then. And I'll skip this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 cards there getting removed. And 1, 2, 3, 4 cards getting added in there. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it, man. That's everything. And I'm gonna play tonight with the guys, so it's gonna be fun to see how this deck works. And now you get to choose which one of these I should sleeve up my deck with. And while you do that, I'm gonna take a small break. Be right back. Okay. Have you decided which one I should use? It's either Dragon Shield, cost me 139 kroner. It's ruby red right there. Yeah. Or it's the Katana one. And that's sort of a turquoise, it says. So let's just open it and see. The color looks like that. Not too bad. So let's just use this as an example for now. So we're opening the Katana sleeves here now. So I'm going to check out how it looks with the Katana. We're going to remove the store sleeve. It's just black. And we're adding in the Katana sleeve. Here we go. Yeah, so that's it. That's the Katana sleeve right there. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. It looks okay. It's a sort of a greenish, bluish kind of thing. Yeah. So now we're opening the other one. It's ruby. Ruby Dragon Shield. Cost me 139 kroner on Outland in Norway. And that's the color right there. Yeah. So let's see how that fares instead. Removing the Katana sleeve from this card. So remember, this is how it looked like with the Katana sleeve. Okay, we're removing it. Adding in the Dragon Shield instead here now. So there we go. That's the Dragon Shield sleeve. So what do you think was best? The Katana one or the Dragon Shield one? This is Dragon Shield. Okay, you see it? There you go. It's nice and red. It's got some glow to it when I put it to the light here. Yeah. Mind you that Dragon Shield is harder to shuffle with than Katana. And I probably need to shuffle my library a bit when I play the game. So Katana is easier to shuffle, but Dragon Shield are known for their vibrant and cool colors. So there's Katana. What do you think? What's best, katana or dragon shield? Any thoughts? Gonna put in the dragon shield once again. This is the katana. Turquoise is the color. Very easy to shuffle with katana. But I have mentioned before that I think the colors of katana are a bit bland. There is a bit of shine to this color as well, though. Not probably as much as on the Dragon Shield one, but there we go. One last time then. I could make a red deck, of course, and use this in a red deck instead. But I think that this deck is so evil that it probably deserves a red color. Ah, decisions. Yeah. This was harder than I thought, but I think in this case I'm gonna go with the katana because it's easier to shuffle and the color was actually quite good in katana this time as well. So I'm gonna save this red one for a red deck or something else. Okay, that's it. That's it for the upgrading of my mill deck here. Thank you very much for watching. It's been cool having you here. Here's the different options once again. So you can still comment on if you have any comments, which one is better. But thank you very much for watching, as mentioned. If you like my content, please consider becoming a member. It really helps the channel. Thank you very much to Big Boss and Sam Wall for being members. I really appreciate you both. And other than that, have yourself a really good weekend. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.